The things that I do as a real estate appraiser business owner are very similar to the things that I do as a farm business owner.
Originating from deep inside the Rocky Mountains, transported through the power of the internet, and arriving inside your tiny earbuds. It's the Appraiser Coach Podcast.
Minisode.
It is the question that I get asked more than any other question these days, even if I'm talking to appraisers. How's the goat farm? I'm going to give you an update on the goat farm, but more importantly, we're going to talk about how it applies to your appraisal business today on a quick mini-sode. Dustin Harris hanging out in the podcast chair. First, I want to pause and remind you that we're sponsored by Working RE Magazine. Working RE is where I go to get a lot of information about what's going on with the appraisal world today. And most of the information I get from Working RE, in fact, I think all of the information I get from Working RE is free. Check them out by going to workingre.com, workingre.com. Okay, folks, I thought about doing this mini-sode today because I just got off of 2 coaching calls back to back the last 2 hours. And both of them, the very first question that they asked is, how's the goat farm? I think it's kind of a fun thing for people to keep up on because it's so different than what I have done throughout my life. Now, I know some of you don't care, and that's fine. But I do encourage you to hold on after the break because we are going to make some analogies, I think, that will be helpful when it comes to appraisal. In fact, some of the things I say today may be some of the most important things you'll hear today. I believe that. Okay, again, this is a mini-sode. We're going to make it very, very quick. For those of you who don't know, September of 2023, my son and I decided to open a petting farm up near Glacier National Park. December 1st, 2023, we dug the first post in the hole of the pasture land. In other words, there was nothing there before other than just grass. And now we have a full-fledged farm. We opened up our farm on a soft opening on May 25th. It was a free day for any local that wanted to come and see what we had done with the land. And we had despite torrential rains and 60-mile-an-hour winds and hail, we had 500 people plus show up that day. That was super gratifying. I do not live in Montana. I travel up there quite frequently. In fact, you'll see me sporting a little bit of facial hair today. It's because I've been up there for 5 days. And my wife doesn't kiss me when I have facial hair, but she wasn't up there with me, so I don't care. Just decided to grow things out, and I just have not got around to shaving yet. But been up there for a couple of days. I travel back and forth to Montana quite often because honestly, I love being up there. But it's my son, my 19-year-old son, who is the farm manager, and he is doing a marvelous job. I also have a wonderful assistant up there who runs all of the HR stuff and, customer service and, just the aesthetics of the farm and that kind of thing. So my son's more on the mechanics of the farm. She's more on the aesthetic side of the farm, and it's running marvelously. It's beautiful. It's clean. The animals are healthy. It's everything we wanted it to be. We're still building, and there's many things coming in, but it's been a fabulous experience from top to bottom. How is it going? Well, if you look at it from the aspect of a fun venture, and did it get built right, and are things on the mechanics side working well? Great, things are going well. If you're looking at it purely on a profit basis, is this farm making money? That's a different question altogether. And the short answer is no, not even close. In fact, we are on average losing a little over $500 a day. Now, some of you are saying, well, my gosh, those animals must eat a lot, Dustin. Well, no, that's not where I'm losing the money. With any small business, your biggest expense, of course, is going to be payroll. And we have 7 people that work for us, right? We have to have people there to greet people at the gift shop and to sell them tickets and to take them on tours and to clean up and to do all of the chores and build and make sure the animals are safe and taken care of. And, all of that stuff takes human hands and a workforce, if you will. Now, most of them are young, either in or just out of high school. Not all of them are. And so payroll in general can be a little bit less than you would be paying some professionals. But I have two professionals. I've got Carter and Julie up there who are my professional admins, if you will, and they're being paid as such. Bottom line, folks, is we got a lot of money going out the door. In fact, I just got payroll. It was what made me think about doing this, other than the two questions I had today with for my coaching clients, was I got payroll right before I came on the air, and a big gulp. There's a lot of money going out the door on a regular basis, and the question being, of course, is will this be profitable? Because honestly, folks, I can't have a hobby farm just for the hobby of the farm. I wish I was in a place in life where that could be the case, but it's not. I still need to make a living. I still need to pay my bills. And this needs to be a profitable farm. We planned that from the beginning. It wasn't, hey, let's take this vacant piece of ground and make a nice place to sit and drink my coffee in the morning, surrounded by farm animals. That was not the goal. Never has been the goal. This is a for-profit farm. And as such, we need to make a living. And so I'm learning a lot, but I'm also understanding that a startup will lose money, most likely. It's very rare that it doesn't. But I'm going to talk about one of those rarities here in just a little bit. But a farm is going to lose money before it makes money. I want to pause here, folks, and remind you of a great magazine out there, of course, Working RE magazine. That is Working Real Estate magazine. Specifically, they cater to home inspectors and mostly appraisers. When you pick up Working RE magazine, most of the articles and the information in that magazine are going to be directed toward you and I, which are real estate appraisers, not farmers, but real estate appraisers. Check them out. It's free to receive. It's free to get on your computer. And it's great information. The value is immense. When it comes to Working RE magazine, check them out by going to their website at workingre.com. Folks, trust me, you will not be disappointed. Workingre.com. All right, folks, welcome back to the program. Dustin Harris hanging out in the podcast chair with the podcast, what do they call that thing? Walking machine over there. I know I haven't set it up again. I'm working a lot on the farm, folks. I'm getting my exercise. That's my justification. All right, folks, I want to, if I can, just pivot just a little bit, okay? And let you know, the farm is going great. I love being up there. I love taking people for tours. I always thought that if I wasn't going to be a real estate appraiser, I would love to work with the public some way. I would probably be a tour guide or something like that, right? I just love education. I love teaching people. I love seeing their eyes light up when they learn something new. And it's been a great, it's been a fun thing for me to be up on the farm and to take people for tours around the farm, show them what we've done, teach them about goats and mini Highland cows and alpacas and chickens, and let them, let the little kids go in there and pick the eggs out of the chicken coops. That's so fun to watch. It's just a blast. Now, that being said, there are some lessons to be learned here, folks. And one of them is many startups start up negatively, meaning financially. Their ROI is not there yet. Right? The investment that goes in, I'm not even talking about the initial investment, folks. Eventually, I hope that will pay off. That's a 10 to 15 year plan. But can I just pay my bills? The individuals that I'm paying to be there, can I at least pay their salary for being there? Right? That would be a good thing. But I know in the beginning, it's not going to be that way. We are new. Many people don't know about us. Even people that are looking for things to do in Glacier, we are working very hard to make sure that that the marketing, the advertising is happening. But it's it just is what it is. We're going to lose money before we make money. Now we hope that the making money side will make up for the losing money side. That's what a good business would do, right? But from an appraisal standpoint, one of the things that's been very interesting to me as I go through this process, folks, is first of all, the things that I do as an appraiser are very similar. And when I say appraiser, I'm not talking about the technician side. Let me restate. I do as a real estate appraiser business owner are very similar to the things that I do as a farm business owner. Meaning, I'm looking at balance sheets. I'm looking at P&Ls. I'm looking at ROI. I'm looking at cost to advertise. I'm looking at cost for payroll. I'm looking at growth. I'm looking at marketing opportunities, right? These things are a day-to-day chore for me, if you will. I use the word chore. It's a joy too, but they are a thing that needs to be done. I can't just build it and forget it, right? You don't just build the farm and hope that it survives. You, on a day-to-day basis, are creating appeal. You're creating the ability for people to be able to come and know about and learn from this farm. Folks, here's the lesson of the day. And again, it's a mini-sode, so I'll make this quick. Many of the principles that are being utilized to make this farm a success, and there's a big if here, if appraisers would do the same thing with their appraisal office, I am guessing they would be much more successful than they are right now. My encouragement, appraisers, is that you take some of the principles that small businesses use all over the place, right? When was the last time you looked at your P&L? When was the last time you did any sort of advertising at all? When was the last time that you backed up and said, from a client's perspective, what could I improve about my business? I'm going to promise, not just guess, promise that if you do, you will be much more successful as an appraisal business owner. Thank you for joining me today, folks. By the way, if I can help you in any way, coaching, for example, I love doing that. I love being involved in appraisers' lives where I help them to be more successful as appraiser business owners. Please reach out to me, thecoach@theappraisercoach.com. Again, thecoach@theappraisercoach.com, and go create some value.
You've been listening to the Appraiser Coach podcast with Dustin Harris. If you like what you hear, please give us a 5-star rating and post a short review on iTunes. For more in-depth insider information on how you can make more money as a real estate appraiser, visit theappraisercoach.com and sign up for the All-Star team today. Thanks for joining us. And now, get out there and create some value.